Sup, y'all? My name is Christian, and today I will be explaining the ecosystem and everything in it. Let's get started. So first, what is an ecosystem? According to Quizlet.com, an ecosystem is a place on Earth where living things interact with other living and non-living things. How about a habitat? SlidePlayer.com says a habitat is an environment which a specific species lives in. Nature.com tells us that an ecological community is a group of interacting species in the same location. Now let's talk about abiotic and biotic factors. An abiotic factor would be a non-living part of an ecosystem that shapes its environment. That's from NationalGeographic.com. Two examples of abiotic factors are rocks and rain. And a biotic factor, according to Wikipedia, is described as any living component that affects another organism or shapes the ecosystem. An example of a biotic factor could be a fly or a flower. I couldn't think of any better examples, so please forgive me. Moving on to a consumer. Learning.burnabyschools.ca tells us that a consumer is an organism that eats a producer. An example of this would be a horse. Then there's a producer. A producer is an individual that makes their own food using photosynthesis. Plants are an example of producers, like this one. Next up is decomposer. A decomposer is a consumer that breaks down dead waste. That's from SlidePlayer.com again. An example would be fungi. Okay, we're almost done here. What is the food web? Oxford Languages lets us know that a food web is a system of interlocking and independent food chains. An example of a food web would be in this picture from pngio.com, and it has 5 components. And finally, biomass. Study.com explains that biomass is material that comes from living things. Finally, we have finished this presentation. Thank you for listening, thank you for your time, and adios amigos.